The kitchen smells like grilled chicken and honey ham. Mom and Dad's Sunday cookout is in full swing, and I'm standing at the crowded buffet table with Logan, my 8-year-old son, tugging at my sleeve. His eyes are fixed on the mac and cheese, the cornbread, the potato salad. He's been running around the backyard all afternoon, burning energy like only a kid can. Now he's starving. I reach toward the serving spoon for the chicken when Brianna, my sister, steps directly between us. Her manicured hand lands on the spoon first. She's dressed in white, because that's what she does at family events. White linen, gold jewelry, hair perfect. She looks at Logan, then at me, and says it loud enough for the whole room to hear, "These plates are for family only. Your kid isn't family enough for a plate." The room goes completely quiet. Forks freeze. Conversations stop mid-word. I feel the shame burn through me like fire. Logan's hand drops from my sleeve. His face scrunches up, confused and hurt. My heart pounds in my chest. I'm about to explode, to say something I might regret, when the front door opens behind me. Heavy footsteps echo through the hallway. Brianna's face drains of all its color. It's Dad. Our father. Mark. Everyone thought he was too sick to come today. He's been fighting health problems for months, and Brianna has made sure to tell everyone how much she's been taking care of him. She posts photos of them together. She mentions it constantly. But here he is, shuffling through the doorway, and he heard every word Brianna just said. Dad's eyes land on Logan's empty hands and then on his watery eyes. He doesn't yell. That's not Dad's style. He just asks quietly, "What's going on here?" Brianna instantly flips into overdrive, laughing like it was all a joke. She says I'm too sensitive, that Logan already ate, that nobody meant anything by it. But I can see Dad's jaw tighten. He's not buying it. My heart is pounding so hard I think everyone can hear it. I want to defend myself, to tell Dad exactly what happened, but I'm frozen. Then Dad locks eyes with me. His look says, "Not yet." He murmurs, "We'll talk later. Did you bring the folder I asked you to?" That's when I realize something bigger is already happening. Something Dad has been planning. I flash back to my childhood with Brianna. She was always the golden child. Pretty, polished, praised. Teachers loved her. Our parents' friends commented on her smile. She got the best grades without trying half as hard as me. I was the responsible one, the invisible one. Then I got pregnant in college. Everything changed. Mom, or Patty as I call her, sided with her image. She kicked me out for embarrassing the family. She actually used those words. Brianna stayed home and was treated like a princess. I clawed my way into stability as a single mom, working 2 jobs, sleeping 4 hours a night. But even when I succeeded, I was still treated like a permanent stain, like something they just tolerated because they had to. I remember the night they kicked me out. I was 17, holding a positive pregnancy test, standing in the rain with my suitcase. I thought my world had ended. Then Dad's car pulled up beside me. He didn't say much. He just opened the passenger door and drove me to a shelter his friend ran. He didn't fully agree with what Patty and Brianna did. I could see it in his eyes that night. I've been visiting Dad quietly for months now. At first, it was at the rehab center. Then at his small apartment. I bring him groceries. I help him manage his medications. I sit with him while he watches the news. During one of these visits, he tells me something that breaks my heart. He says Brianna only shows up when she needs something or wants to take a photo to post online. She's all about proving to the world what a dutiful daughter she is. But the real work, the actual showing up, that's been me. I never throw this in Brianna's face though. Partly because I'm exhausted. Partly because that's just how I'm made. Dad confides in me about his regrets. He says he wished he had defended me harder back when I was kicked out. He says he was scared of Patty, scared of making things worse. I tell him it's okay, but inside, I know it wasn't. His silence back then cost me years of feeling worthless. Dad looks at me one day and says something I'll never forget. They think you're desperate to be loved. But they have no idea what you've become. That sentence stays with me. He sees something in me that my own mother doesn't. A few hours before today's cookout, Dad and I sit at his kitchen table with a manila folder between us. Inside are documents I've never seen before. Will papers, property deeds, bank statements. Dad explains that he's already updated everything after realizing who actually shows up for him. He wants me here today because he needs to see something with his own eyes. He wants to watch how Brianna and Patty treat Logan when they think nobody important is watching. I'm nervous, scared of more humiliation, but I'm also tired of being quiet. Dad tells me his lawyer will drop by later under the excuse of casual paperwork. He makes me promise not to tell anyone. He says, just let them be themselves. That's all the proof I need. I hold the folder, feeling the weight of what's inside. My hands shake a little. I ask him if he's sure about all this. Dad nods. He says he's never been more sure of anything. Back in the present, the atmosphere at the cookout is tense, but nobody acknowledges what just happened at the buffet. Brianna giggles loudly, over-serving her own kids while pretending everything is normal. Logan sits alone at the corner of the couch with just a cup of juice. Patty walks past me and mutters under her breath, "You know she didn't mean it. Don't start drama." Like I'm the problem. Like Logan didn't hear those words. In the hallway, Logan finally whispers something that destroys me. "Mom," he says quietly, "are we a fake family?" My whole world tilts. I force a smile for him, but inside, I feel a rage building that I've never felt before. I hug him tight and tell him he means the world to me. But as I'm holding him, something shifts. I realize I'm done playing their game. I'm done pretending. I'm done shrinking myself to make them comfortable. During small talk in the living room, Trent, Brianna's husband, joins in the disrespect. He cracks a joke about me being the charity case who always needs help. Everyone laughs awkwardly. The thing is, I've never asked them for anything. Never begged. Never depended on them for a single dollar. But he says it like it's a fact. As Trent smirks and clinks his glass, I remember something. I saw Trent downtown at a bar 3 months ago. He was with another woman. Very close. I took a couple of photos, then deleted them halfway through. But one blurry screenshot still sits in my cloud storage. I almost deleted that too, but something made me keep it. My phone buzzes. It's a DM from an unknown number. When I open it, my stomach drops. There's a picture of Trent. Very clearly not where he told Brianna he was that night. The message reads, "You don't know me, but your brother-in-law is lying to your sister." I sneak into the hallway bathroom and open the DM with shaking hands. The sender is a woman named Crystal. She explains that Trent has been seeing her for months. She says he told her I was the crazy single mom in the family who uses Logan to manipulate people. Ariana and Logan are props to him, tools for sympathy. Crystal also says that Trent has been using Dad's name, claiming that Dad runs everything, and that the inheritance will eventually be his and Brianna's. My hands shake. Not just from the cheating, but from the way they've rewritten my entire image. The way they've talked about my son. The way they're already planning to steal from my father. Crystal sends more messages with proof. Text conversations. Hotel receipts. Everything. She says she's telling me because she has a nephew, and she wouldn't want him treated this way. I forward everything to Dad immediately. Every single screenshot. Dad and I meet in the kitchen while everyone watches a game in the living room. I show him the messages about Trent, the the cheating, and how they talk about me and Logan behind closed doors. Dad's jaw tightens. This isn't just gossip to him. It's confirmation of something he already suspected. He opens the folder on the counter and shows me everything inside. An updated will. A property deed for the family house. Bank documents showing he's restructured everything. He tells me something that takes my breath away. He changed the primary beneficiary months ago. It's not Brianna anymore. It's me and Logan. My voice comes out small. Dad, you shouldn't have done this. He looks at me and says, I should have done it years ago. He asks me if I trust him enough to let him handle this his way tonight. After a long pause, I said yes. Dad asks Patty to call everyone into the living room. He says he has a quick announcement. Brianna instantly assumes it's about his health or a thank you speech for her fake caregiving. She fusses with her hair and pulls Trent close for the image of the perfect couple. I sit quietly, Logan next to me, clutching his juice. Dad starts talking about what family really means. He talks about who's actually been there for him. He talks about showing up when nobody's watching. Then he says something that makes everyone lean forward. Before I tell you what I decided, I need to be sure everyone here knows what they said today. He turns directly to Brianna. Dad calmly asks Brianna to repeat what she said at the buffet. She denies everything immediately. She laughs it off as a misunderstanding, saying I heard her wrong. Patty backs her up, accusing me of twisting words and playing the victim. My pulse pounds in my ears. They're gaslighting me right here, right now. And Logan's watching. They're trying to make him think he didn't hear what he clearly heard. Then Dad pulls out his phone. He taps a button, and the room fills with Brianna's own voice. She had a baby monitor camera in the dining room recording everything. There's Brianna saying, crystal clear, your kid isn't family enough for a plate. The room goes completely silent. Faces freeze. Logan stares at the floor, but not in shame. In relief. He knows he wasn't crazy. Brianna's mask cracks completely. She tries to spin it again, claiming it was sarcasm. She says I'm overreacting in front of the company. Patty attacks me, saying I shouldn't have brought Logan if I'm so sensitive. That's when I finally speak. My voice shakes, but it's steady. I tell them exactly how that sentence hit my son. I tell them it mirrors years of being treated as less than. I tell them what it feels like to beg your own family for basic kindness. Dad backs me up, saying if they can joke like that to an 8-year-old, he doesn't want to imagine what they say when nobody's listening. Then the doorbell rings. Dad says, right on time, as everyone looks toward the front door. Dad's lawyer, Mr. Collins, steps into the house carrying a briefcase. Everyone assumes it's some urgent health issue or paperwork they need to sign as a family. Brianna actually brightens up, clinging to the idea that this is where Dad publicly rewards her for being a good daughter. Mr. Collins explains he's there for a routine update. He hands out a short notice saying that by staying in the room, they acknowledge they're part of a legal conversation. Trent fidgets when he hears the word legal. He looks uncomfortable. I watch his face carefully. Then I see recognition in Mr. Collins's eyes. He looks at Trent, and something passes between them. It's clear they've met before. Trent knows this lawyer from somewhere, and it's making him nervous. Mr. Collins asks Dad how he wants to start. Dad says he wants everyone to say out loud what family means to them. One by one, people give answers. Loyalty, love, support, pretty words that don't match their actions. When it's my turn, I keep it simple. Family doesn't make you beg to eat, I say. Tension spikes through the room. Mr. Collins then says Dad wants to clarify his estate plans now that he's seen everyone's idea of family. Brianna's eyes go wide. You can see the moment she realizes this isn't going the way she planned. She asks, shocked, wait, estate plans? Dad reveals that he's already changed his will and property arrangements. This meeting is to inform them, not to debate. He states plainly that I'm now the primary heir. A trust has been set up in Logan's name. Brianna explodes. She accuses me of manipulating Dad while he's weak and confused. She insists she's the one who deserves everything because she stayed when I left. Mr. Collins pulls out a folder calmly. Inside are dates, visitation logs, receipts, proof of my consistent support, proof of Brianna's sporadic, photo-op visits. Then Patty blurts out something horrible. So you're really going to throw away your real family for some kid she had with a stranger? Dad's voice comes out quiet but deadly. That kid is my grandson. With emotions boiling over, I quietly tell Mr. Collins I have one more piece of information relevant to Dad's decisions. I show him the screenshots about Trent's cheating and using Dad's name. Mr. Collins asks Trent a casual legal question about a previous case. Trent's face goes pale. He knows this lawyer. This is the lawyer who handled his debt settlement, the one he tried to hide from everyone. Brianna is blindsided as Trent stammers and sweats. Mr. Collins says calmly, "Given that, Mark, it makes even more sense that your estate shouldn't run through Trent." Patty tries to shift focus by attacking me harder. She calls me dramatic, ungrateful, attention-seeking. She says I've been this way since I was a teenager. That's when I do something I never thought I'd do. I pull out printed screenshots of texts where Patty forwarded my private messages to Brianna. They mocked my struggles as a single mom. They laughed about my difficult times. Dad's face transforms with sickness seeing how his wife weaponized my pain for entertainment. I tell Patty, "I begged you for help when Logan was sick, and you left me to read." I place the printed texts on the coffee table for everyone to see. Patty goes completely speechless for the first time. I say, "I learned how to survive without you once. I can do it again." The mood shifts entirely. I'm no longer on the defensive. I'm taking total control of my own story. I tell them I didn't come here for money. I have my own apartment. I have my own job. I have a promotion offer waiting. I came because Dad asked me to. I came because Logan deserved one more honest shot at family. I tell Brianna, Patty, and Trent that I'm done begging for a seat at a table where my son has to earn a plate. Then I stand up. I grab Logan's backpack. I place my house key on the coffee table, the key that gives them access whenever they want. I say, "We're leaving. The only question is what you do with the truth you just heard." As I head for the door with Logan, Dad calls my name. I brace myself, thinking he might crumble, asking me to stay for the sake of peace. Instead, Dad picks up his own overnight bag from beside the couch. He announces that he's moving in with me for a while. He says I'm the only one who's actually treated him like more than a prop. Brianna panics. She realizes she's losing not just the inheritance, but the image of being the devoted daughter. Dad tells her he'll still love her, but he won't fund her lifestyle or cover Trent's debt anymore. Trent whispers something harsh to Brianna in the hallway as we walk past. Diane, Trent's mother, pulls him aside and demands an explanation about everything. Cheating, the debt, the way he sat there while a child was humiliated. She declares she's done bailing him out financially if he's going to tie their family name to this mess. Brianna's world starts collapsing in real time. Her husband is furious. Her mother-in-law is withdrawing support. Her father is moving out with me. I watch quietly, holding Logan's hand, feeling a mix of satisfaction and grief. Some part of me will always love my sister, even after everything. But loving someone doesn't mean accepting their cruelty. As we step outside with Dad, Logan asks softly, "Are we in trouble?" Dad answers, "No, buddy. We're finally free." A few weeks later, life has settled into a calm new routine. Dad is living with us temporarily, helping with Logan, cooking, showing up as a real grandparent. I change my number for most of the family, blocking Brianna and Patty after waves of angry texts accusing me of ruining everything. Logan starts therapy with a kind counselor who helps him process what happened. She teaches him about boundaries and self-worth. One night, I wrote out the whole story anonymously and posted to an online forum about toxic families. I just needed to get it out somewhere. I needed to know if I was crazy or if this was real. I woke up the next morning to see my story has gone viral. Thousands of comments. Thousands of people calling out my sister and defending Logan. As the online post explodes, I read comments from strangers saying exactly what I always wished someone in my real family would say. That Logan deserves better. That I wasn't crazy. That family isn't determined by who shares the most blood or gets the biggest plate. Screenshots start making their way around local Facebook circles. A cousin sends me a DM, "Is this us?" I don't confirm or deny. I just reply, "If the shoe fits." Then Patty calls Dad's phone from an unknown number, furious. She says, "That story better not be about us." Dad hangs up without answering. Months pass. Logan and I are thriving. Dad's health has improved. There's a sense of peace with our chosen family, supportive neighbors and friends who actually show up. One afternoon, there's a knock at my door. I expect a package, but it's Brianna. She looks worn out and smaller than I've ever seen her. Her perfect hair is down. No makeup. She starts with half apologies, but quickly shifts into complaints about her life falling apart. Trent moved out. Diane cut support. Bills are piling up. She hints that I should help her as a sister. Maybe float her some money from Dad's arrangements. That's when I say, very calmly, "If you came here for cash, you came to the wrong door." Brianna tries again, offering a sorry that's really about how the internet made her look. She admits she was jealous of my strength and of Logan's bond with Dad. But she still phrases it like everything just got out of hand, like she wasn't responsible for her own choices. I listen but don't rescue her from the discomfort. When she says, "We're still family, right? Logan can't hate me forever," I tell her that forgiveness and access are two different things. I say if she ever wants a real relationship with Logan, the apology has to be real and directed at him, not just at the fallout. I gently close the door, leaving Brianna alone in the hallway. For once, I'm the one setting the terms. About a year later, it's another family gathering. But this time it's at my apartment, surrounded by people who actually love Logan. Friends, neighbors, Dad, a couple of cousins who chose to stand with us. There's more than enough food. I made sure of it. Logan helps set out extra plates and cups for guests. At one point, he looks up at me and asks, half joking, "Mom, are we family enough now?" I kneel down and look him in the eyes. I say, "We were always family enough. They just weren't kind enough to deserve us." Logan runs off laughing as Dad watches us with quiet pride. That's when I realized something true. I didn't need revenge. I just needed to finally believe I was worth protecting.